Hey everyone. I don't know where I screenshotted this from because I would give the person credit, but I'm not sure. Shout out to this lady on the right hand side with the sunglasses on. So, of course, many of us have seen this corner club pic at this point, and I find it interesting. And I guess they're using it, not guess, but it makes the most sense that PD is using this information, the video footage from the corner club in their investigation, right? So I just find it interesting how we have the screenshot, but not the actual, they haven't released the video. And often, I guess it depends on what kind of setup you have. I'm not sure if it would actually have audio. So I have a few questions. I know a lot of people are speculating that this is Jack over here. I know in the reading I did, and I'm not implicating anyone, right? It could be a totally different shoe. I just know that in one of the readings I did, the shoe was a focus, okay? So maybe it's something else. Might sound random, but you'd have to go and look at my readings. And I'm terrible. I'm realizing I still haven't put up the other parts of the reading. I have updated it, but yeah, I could go to Hypnosis Tarot for that. HYPGNOSIS. But nevertheless, so the shoe was a focal point within the reading, okay? So maybe we ultimately find out something that correlates with such. My other question that I asked in my previous video yesterday is about Jack, Mr. Showwalk. I kept on calling him it's Show Walter. I keep on calling him Show Walker. So it was clarified to me by another TikToker that this is indeed Jack S. Okay. My question, though, that nobody answered is, for one, can somebody tell me what his birthday is? Two, with Jack, are the two Jack's friends? Are they cool? Yeah, I know from what I saw that they don't follow each other on social media. But there's people I'm cool with that are really close friends with. I'm talking about my aces. We don't follow each other on social media. So just because somebody doesn't follow someone on social media doesn't mean that they don't rock with one another. Um, and I'm so silly. I was looking at this 11:13, 1:32 and 14-second timestamp, right? I wasn't even looking at it. I'm saying to myself, oh, it's circled. I'm like, so what do they have circled? The drinks? But no, they were circling the date there. So the question remains. A lot of people are saying, well, why did Jack D, if this is Jack D with Maddie and Kaylee, first of all, I guess maybe they are leaving because they're standing up, right? But often in bars we don't may not find a seat, but they had been there allegedly since 10 o'clock, right? So maybe they are busting a move to leave at this point. Okay, now who's the dude behind Jack D? I don't know. But his energy is turned outward, but maybe he's talking to somebody else. Also, I'm kind of slow motion, y'all, so just bear with me. So the question became, for many people, is, well, if Jack D was there, why did he boogie? Why did he bounce without them? Now, things can escalate quickly. Maybe he had to bust a move, right? Maybe he had to go do something. Maybe he was like, all right, y'all stopping at the grub truck. I'll meet y'all at the crib. Maybe it was something like that. And then maybe that's why they was blowing up his phone. Perhaps. Okay, because it does look a lot like Home Slice. That's not like, unless somebody superimposed his face on this image, it does look like it looks a lot like Homeboy. So, with that being said, in what other instance would you dip on somebody? Well, you know what? Maybe, maybe right after that, there was a heated exchange, or it doesn't even have to be like something that got out of pocket, that got like in the sense of all loud for everybody in the quarter club to hear. It could have been a couple of words that were said, and then Jack got aggy and he dipped. But I've heard rumors of people saying, oh, well, Jack D asked Jack S to look after the girls and walk them home. What if it was that, I mean, maybe Jack D is keeping his distance at this point. Like, okay, yeah, I'm going to say what's up to them. But Kaylee wasn't rocking with him. Remember what her mom said? Kaylee's mom's was like, how Kaylee was being a brat about things. That she was the one who cut it off with Jack. You know, and she was about to go backpacking in Europe somewhere. And the mama didn't state that Jack was going with her. But she damn sure said that Kaylee was being a brat. So maybe Jack was just giving her back that same energy. Because sometimes when you break up with people, people have boundaries. So Jack doesn't have to answer her call. It would be nice if he did, right? They 5 years in. But we don't know what he was feeling. Was he feeling emasculated behind this whole situation? You know what I mean? Look, because Kaylee is flossing. I don't know too much about Jack. You know, she just got her new range. She about to bop out and go to Europe. She about to go to Texas and start a new life. And let me just do a sidebar here. Ladies, when you do have somebody who's good to you, now I don't know what their relationship was like, right? But because it reminds me of a mistake I made long ago. When you start getting these college educations, because I do have one, I graduated from FIT in New York, sometimes we get a bit beside ourselves and we start believing this illusion as if we are better than or don't need a man. That's a sidebar, okay? So let's just be mindful and respectful of the men that we are dating. And if we are shifting gears, it's important to be respectful to men and really watch what we say, especially in front of other people to them, right? Because you better believe that, well, I'm not even going to say that. So anyway, I digress. So with that said, Jack had no obligation to take them home. Now, it would have been nice though. So you got to wonder, it still makes me wonder, well, why wouldn't Jack take them to the crib? You know, why not? I mean, maybe he did. Do we know that he didn't? Maybe he did drop them off and he was like, yo, I'm going to the house. But then they're saying, okay, some kind of other driver said he's the one who took them home. Very weird. I'm thinking that Jack D was keeping his distance for whatever reason. You know, and you never know. Maybe Jack was seeing somebody else. Maybe he had his own thing lined up. Who knows, right? It is a little odd, but then people do have boundaries. Okay, so outside of that, let's say the young ladies, they dip from the club. So when they dip from the corner club, maybe Home Slice comes out right after them. JS. Maybe he comes out right after them. And it's that sort of thing is like where you're looking at your homegirl like, oh my gosh, he's following us. Like, oh my gosh, I don't want him with us. But you're just kind of giving each other the look like, oh God, let's go. Or, you know, you're texting each other like, girl, as soon as we get to the Grubhub truck, we dipping on that dude. Could have been something like that, because I had said in the previous video when I saw him walking with them, I chalked it up as, yo, the energy seemed different, but we only see them walking for one block. You know what I'm saying? Maddie's in the back. They're like in a little triangle type of situation. Showwalker's just there. I'm sorry, I keep on calling him man Showwalker, so that's what I'm calling him. Even though I know it's Showwalker. So, it is still a little sus until things can be clarified about what the relationship is between the two Jacks. And I'd like to hear y'all thoughts. What other reason, if that is the ex, what other reasons can you think of that why he wouldn't rock with them? And then people keep on saying, oh well, if Jack Showalter had his car, obviously these three that walked together, Jack S. and the girls, obviously they didn't bring their vehicles for very obvious and evident reasons. They're drinking. They don't want to drink and drive, which is very smart. It's very basic, right? Maybe Jack D is the only one that drove. I don't think that he walked. If that's him, if that's even Jack D. What if that's just some random dude that looks like him? Let me tell you, you never know. You never know. And just because somebody looks like somebody on camera does not mean it's actually them. No, don't let that go over your heads. Sometimes you got to read between the lines. So nevertheless, yeah, please do tell. And I'll be back in a different vid. I'll talk to y'all later.